Hi everyone, it's Mary Beth. Welcome to my channel. I've got three really cool thrift flips for you today. I am joining the third Thursday thrift flip collab, so we'll talk about that in just a little bit. All right, I was at an estate sale, and this candlestick, there was a whole box actually of some items that apparently got some smoke damage. They were in a fire years ago. None of them smelled like smoke, but of course I cleaned it really well. You'd never know. So it's an old candlestick, and I decided to use this fusion paint in the color Bayberry. It's really pretty. So I'm just going to paint it, as you can see, and then all I'm going to do with this candlestick is I'm going to distress it just with the nail file and show some of that goldish color underneath. And it's so pretty. I really like it. And then we have another piece that's going to work with this piece. Okay. So I'll show you in a minute, but the second piece was also in the same box. And again, I had to clean it up really good. And there you go. And I decided to scuff sand, it's hard to say, scuff sand this first. Just wanted to make sure the paint was really going to stick. Had no problems with it. And I know that's hard to see, but it was made in Holland. So I just thought it was a really beautiful piece. It looks like, I'm not sure what it was, maybe some type of little planter with the claw feet. I'm not exactly sure what was in it originally, but I went ahead and used this beautiful pink color, very pale pink, and it's called Petticoat Pink from the DIY Paint Company, and I painted it. And then I'm also taking that file and sanding, and it's going to bring that goldish color out. I think you know where I'm going here. So that these two pieces, you know, the common thing is that they have that gold coming through. So yeah, that's what I'm doing now. And then you're going to see that I'm going to seal it. I'm using a product called Big Top. I've used it before in the past. I love it. It's a really good sealer, but you can use anything you want. And I use this on both this piece as well as the candlestick. And anytime you seal a piece, I think, I'm sure you guys are aware, but the true richness of the color will come through. So it will look a little bit, I don't know, a little bit like darker or something. Hard to tell with the pink, but the green, it certainly did. All right. Then once that's dry, we have some little rub-on transfers, and these are from Prima. And anyway, yeah, aren't they beautiful? I love the colors of them, and I thought with the pink and then the green candlestick, these beautiful bluish purple colors would look really well with that. Even if you didn't have transfers, I think it's really pretty just as is. So I'm going to go through here and just put these transfers on. And you know, when you're, I'm trying to say this properly, I apologize. But when you're transferring on something that's not completely flat or whatever, it works just fine. Just be aware of it. Take your time. I've sped this up 8 times, so it did take, much longer than what you're seeing here. But yeah, over the edges, in the grooves, and it turns out beautiful. So thank you for being here. If you are new to my channel, my name is Mary Beth, and I love to do all different types of home decor, DIY home decor. Thrift flips are actually my absolute favorite. So this is a very fun challenge that I'm in today. And yeah, I invite you to subscribe to my channel. I would love to have you. We just recently hit 6,000. So thank you to everyone out there. I'm so grateful. I know my channel is a slow growing channel. I work full time, but I am just so appreciative for each and every one of you. And if you are a returning subscriber, thank you. Thank you for all your support. It really does mean the world to me. So if you don't mind, go ahead and hit that thumbs up. It absolutely helps my channel and the crazy YouTube algorithm. I would greatly appreciate it. All right, so all we're going to do is adhere the candlestick to the bottom of this, and I did use some what is that, the Gorilla super glue and a little bit of the hot glue, just because I wanted a faster hold, but then also, and the super glue doesn't take long to set up, by the way. It does not. So yeah, so that's what I do there. And at first I think I didn't let either of them set up, and when I was cleaning the glue around the edges, it kind of lifted, so I had to put a little bit more glue. No big deal there. And yeah, I can't wait for you to see it. Oh, I'm so excited for this one. And the pictures, the last picture shows just as is, but these first two pictures I did put a very special doily in there. My mom crocheted that years ago. And then just some flowers, just to kind of show you what it would look like, you know, with something in there. And there it is by itself. All right, so as mentioned, I'm taking part in the third Thursday Thrift Flips. It is an open invite, and the hosts are the Rusted Willow and Rustic Chicks Design. And our co-host this month is the Robin's Nest by Teri. So I will have all three of their channels listed below, as well as the playlist. So please, please, please go support everyone and check out what they did. I'm excited to see what everybody did. All right. This stool was free. The same estate sale. It was like sitting outside, and we had to drive around to pick up because I got a lot of stuff. They will help loading in the truck, you know. And they're like, hey, didn't you say you wanted to know how much this stool was? And I was like, oh, yeah. And yeah, they gave it to me. So I was like, I'll take it. Anyway, so it's obviously beaten up. I used a little bit of wood filler. I did spray paint it a little bit with Serenity Blue by, I believe that's by Rust-Oleum. It's a chalk paint, spray paint. I apologize, I lost that footage, but that's all I did. You didn't miss anything else. Now I'm just using folk art white paint. It's chalk paint, and I do like, anytime I paint, you know, furniture or bigger pieces, I definitely like to thin down the paint just a little bit with some water. Usually about 10% water, roughly, is what I do. But it's a guesstimate. I don't measure or anything. And it goes on, as you can see, pretty smooth. I think it helps with not, you know, any chunks or really solid brush strokes or anything like that. So to me, it just helps me when I do this. So I do suggest trying that if you don't already. So we're going to paint this whole thing. And then instead of sanding, what I did is I took some warm water, and you could wet distress this if you did it shortly after you painted it, but I waited a couple days. Life gets in the way. But I took some warm water and then just a little putty knife scraper and went around, and this way I could easily control exactly where I wanted to pull the blue and the black colors and even some of the wood from underneath. And I know this looks like a ton of work, but actually it wasn't too bad. It really wasn't. I mean, it's just a stool, a big piece. It might be a lot of work, but also it's not nearly as messy as like when you sand. So that is what I did. And again, just, you know, was really selective. Not really selective, but somewhat selective on where I wanted to show the colors from underneath. Now, there is one, I would say, you know how there's four corners. There's one corner and a little bit up from the corner where I distressed much lighter. And the reason for that is because I am putting, today's theme apparently is transfers. I'm putting a transfer on it. So that is why I did that. I knew that the distressing would show through, which is beautiful and fine, but I also kind of wanted a little bit more white as well to show through. So this is also a transfer from Prima. Prima, and it's the redesigned collection. Well, I don't know the actual name of this specific transfer, but anyways, you can look it up if you're interested. It's redesigned by Prima, and a lot of places sell it. So yeah, they sell different ones. Anyhow, this is the one that I chose to use on here. Oh, I just think it's so beautiful. Now, if you saw a recent video of mine, I used this stool for staging. And I said I was having an upcoming video to show how I did the stool. And so here we go. All right. So I'm just going to, I'm not going to, waste your time with all the transfer stuff, but just kind of showing you when I lift it up. And yeah, it's so beautiful.
Steady and heavy, or younger than 20. Put some color on those cheekbones. It's never too late for you to get well known. We'll teach you to blush and how to get your way. Useful tricks. Once you get a taste of it, you lay all them bricks.
Okay, what do you guys think? Oh my gosh, I think it turned out so cute. Now, I'm just using the stool more as a decorative piece. I mean, you could sit on it, but that's how I'm using it. So, all right, moving on to the last one. So this one I did get at the Goodwill. I think it was $3.99. I'm not sure if that day, if they had, some days there's colors where it's a certain amount off, but I've had this around for a long time. So I apologize, I don't remember. Now, I started off with painting this middle piece with that folk art, I think it's cottage white that I was using, the same white that I used on the stool. And then I wanted to use this color called Fancy Farm Girl. It's really pretty. And it's by DIY Paint Company. And yeah, so I paint the whole rest of it in this. But I did decide I wanted to also paint the middle in green. So I did change my mind. But it worked out because the middle was kind of this dark pattern, so it was probably better to paint it white anyways, first, and then put your color on top. But either way, and I did want to make a note that the products you can use whatever products you love. I just like to let you know what I'm using in case you want to try them. But by all means, any chalk paint or mineral paint, whatever paint that you like, of course, you use what you prefer. So, all right. So again, I am going to seal this in the big top. You can see how rich that color becomes once, you seal it, whether you use wax, whatever you use to seal it. And so I'm going to seal the whole thing. And again, the theme is transfers. Oh, also, if you don't use transfers or don't have any stencils, a Cricut, anything like that. Mod Podge napkin would be gorgeous. So there's just some ideas. I just happen to have these that I've had and really wanted to start using them. So now I did have a bit of an issue, and I wanted to talk about this. So where it says home, first of all, I don't think I let the sealer dry all the way. Okay. That was my fault. So I should have given it more time. So I had some issues with the word home, but it was kind of rustic and it still turned out, I think. The florals were totally fine. I don't even think you can tell, but just to let you know. All right, there it is, my friends. Oh, I think it's so pretty. Yeah, so I hope you like all three of these projects. Here is our final reveal. Please do not forget to go check out everybody in the playlist. Please support them. They've worked so hard. And our gracious hosts and co-hosts, thank you so much for hosting this collab every month. It is a lot of fun. And again, like I said, Thrift flips are my favorite. So I'm so happy that I was able to join this collab today. And yeah, don't forget to subscribe, hit like, all the things, all the things. You know what I'm talking about. All right, everybody. It is Thursday when I'm doing this voiceover. I'm kind of last minute because life gets in the way. So I wish you a very wonderful evening, and I hope you have a very, very great weekend. Hopefully you have some nice weather. And yeah, if you're working on any DIYs, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you're working on. And of course, have a great day. Thank you. Bye-bye.